Welcome to Denton, Texas, home of the North Texas Mean Green, and the fans have been waiting since early this morning for the clash we have in store. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on a team from the SEC, the North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Hokies will put toe to leather and we'll get started. Coming out with it, it's Ferguson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Offense getting set for first down. Using his legs, it's Coleman. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Dances away from the heat. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. North Texas will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Running it back, it's Brown. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Gets set, first down. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Well, what a nice run. He's showing you his athleticism there. You guys remember back in the day when we were calling a game here, and the all-time great Virginia Tech running back Kevin Jones came up to the booth, and he got into a vertical leap contest with Pollack. It was awesome. This guy on the field, man, he's got so much skill and ability. He's strong, and he's fast, and I think he can also out-jump David.
Might as well give it to him again. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David. You're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
They're going to ride this running back. And at least they keep him out of the end zone. He's on the 3.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Sticks it in his belly. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
And you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put two hands on the football, lower his shoulder. Second and goal. You don't need third and goal, thanks to the big fella.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
We just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Thomas back to pass. Got his man on the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Tackle was made after the first down.
Well, if you needed any evidence that this coaching staff trusts their big offensive line, you saw it right there. 4th down, they go for it deep in their own end, and it pays off.
Come on. Don't you think they thought it was 3rd down?
Somebody on the sidelines got some explaining to do, but he's breathing a lot easier now that they were able to pick it up.
North Texas in the hurry up. Motion from the offense. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. He's right on target. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Thomas looking to fire. He's going to let it go. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Finds space on the right. At the 35, he's loose. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Looking down the middle. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Oh, and the attempt is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Virginia Tech, 7, North Texas, 0.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Bob.
Yeah, you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick pass on the jet motion. Keeps the legs moving. And he's running in the open. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Hokies headed quickly to the line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. We saw all of his ability on that last one.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They go to the draw. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter.
At the 35-yard line. 3rd down coming. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Virginia Tech, 7, North Texas, 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Dumps it to the back. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum. You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Got out of trouble and throws to the sideline, and he's able to tiptoe his way to a 1st down.
3rd down and short is exactly what you want on offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw it. Nice execution, 3rd and short, now set up in a 1st and goal situation.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and I love running the football down the red zone. You've got to be able to do it. 1st down, obviously, is the right down to do it. But now, limits the options a little bit more. 2nd down after that loss of yards play.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
In that 2nd down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
and when it's third and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I'd go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He'll try it again. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Thomas back to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They'll leave it with him. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback keeper. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Mean Green.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, as you know, there is a fight for the Cy-Hawk going on between Iowa and Iowa State, and we finally have a winner. Iowa steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Iowa City a ton of confidence. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll run it from the gun. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
It's so nice to be an offense on 2nd down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Now they'll run the draw. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Touchdown, Hokies. And once he got loose, it was all over.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Makes a move. Pushed out of bounds at the 41, but not before he pulls off a terrific return. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
And he was held in check in game one, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Right down the middle. And it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
21.
Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Looking for a crease. It's Coleman. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. This offense has a second down play. Thomas looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And just a short and safe pass play, they pick up a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Pocket starts to collapse. Oh, it's out! And the ball is going to land out of bounds. They'll maintain possession and pick up a few yards in the process. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. The play action fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Thomas back to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. He lets it fly. Wide open, he makes the catch. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking to throw it again. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back to pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up, early down play for this QB.
Fast motion from the offense. They're going to run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, North Texas.
Yeah, that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking for a gap. It's Mason. Got room at the 35. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Running toward the tape. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
21, North Texas, 14.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
And the Hokies moving quickly to the line.
No surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
At the 45 on its way. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. In their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
The Hokies with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Adams. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
They'll run it. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Hey, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Quick strike complete. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hokies! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And they did tack on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can do with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
North Texas in the hurry-up.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open air.
And it's on the ground. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Man, it's so hard to keep a rabbit in the cage, that quarterback, right? He's going to scramble around. He's going to make plays, and when he gets outside the pocket, you're just trying to get a hand on him. How about getting a hand on him, forcing the fumble, and recovering? A great job by the defense continuing to chase that QB.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Little touch pass to the receiver. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to move it through the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves him in second and manageable.
Well, part of making the running back screen work is you really have to sell it, and you got to let that pass rush get upfield and throw it at the last possible second and pop, and he got lit up.
He did. Great toughness, but, man, there's nothing worse than being a defensive lineman. You think you beat the offensive lineman so quick, and you're so good, and then you realize he let you right up the field. And they were throwing a screen right behind you. Nice execution by the offense.
And that pass is intercepted. Got some room to run. The 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Mean Green. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. Just one moment and all of a sudden the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points. And now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And the Hokies pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. He wants to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Here comes the offense on second down. It's a draw. At the 40, there he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
Just a great job by the quarterback, the running back, the offensive line. Sneaky little devils. What do? Make it look like pass, sneak in the run, catch you off guard. Great play call by the offense.
The Hokies are on the move. Handoff to the lone back.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest and pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide out in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. And the Hokies come to the line in the hurry-up. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. At the 35, he's open. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Virginia Tech 28, North Texas 21.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Fullback's got it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Sometimes you try to fool the defense with the fullback. Not fooled there.
Well, you better block. Goodness gracious, that's supposed to be a quick hitter, give me a few short yards, and there was nowhere to hit it. They just got hit in the backfield and brought the big fella down quickly.
The Hokies will try to pick it up on 4th down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
On the run, still looking. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Touchdown, Virginia Tech! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red.
And it's blocked. He's got a chance to take this one back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Getting the extra point blocked soured that touchdown drive just a bit, but they'll line up to kick it off. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Thomas looking to fire. Going for the big play. It's complete. A huge pickup. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to 24. North Texas in the hurry up.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work as well.
That's reeled in. It's Coleman. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Trying to get to it. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed. Coming from the outside, he was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
Looking to the big tight end. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, North Texas. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all 0.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Stanford is putting on quite a fireworks show today, and they're loving every minute of this one right now on the Farm. They're up by 21 over Tennessee. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Devin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. If you like old-fashioned, grinded-up, run-over in football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Receiver on the move, gets the touch pass. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
At the 27, it's 3rd down.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Hokies line up to punt it away. A low line drive and short kick. On the move, it's Coleman. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Texas sends the offense back onto the field. This is a game of swings and momentum and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all 3 phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
Thomas back to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. North Texas in the hurry up. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They're bringing heat. Oh, it's out! That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Deep into the 4th quarter of this game, down by 6, they'll have to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Pass on the way. It's picked off.
And that is a back-breaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
First down for this offense. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Give to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. From the gun. Give on the inside. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And he hauls it in at the 30. Turns it on down the left side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green.
And that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, to get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Now down by 2, inside a minute to go. If they can get this onside kick, maybe they can get into field goal range. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. And right now, you still have a 2-point lead, David, but you have to be aggressive.
And don't let that scare you, right? You've been executing offensively. You still got the lead, Jesse. No need to panic.
Yeah, and this is where your leaders on offense really have to step up. They got to keep everybody calm and make sure everyone's on the same page here on this drive.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
keeping it on the ground with the single back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that are being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us from here for Jesse.